All right, welcome into the live collective reading. Let me get this live set up and then we'll get started. It's going to be a short live this morning. Um, Let me pull back up. All right. Give me 1 second. First things first, we need to get the music back, right? So, computer is acting insane this morning. So, yeah, let's go here. All right. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far, or evening, or whenever it is that you are watching this. So let's get the cards out here. And let's get started here. Good morning. All right. So what can collective, what does collective need to know? What can collective expect? King of Keys, okay, that's very much focused on the material world. It's very much like the King of Pentacles here. So this could be someone you're dealing with. This can be your energy. So you're going to get the cards out. And we're going to like slowly build the reading together here. Let's see what we got. King of Keys. Very grounded. King of Keys is like King of Pentacles. That's like making wise investments with your time, your energy, your resources. This could be someone that you are dealing with as well. So let's pull the cards. Love. Yeah, so this is definitely about love. Definitely about love. You could be like dealing with a fire sign or earth sign. It's going to be different for everyone here. But this is definitely about love. Venus is also about the material world as well, like love, like finance, material world. So let's see. Venus is things of beauty, love, art, finances. Let's see. Some of you may be thinking about making some sort of investment with your finances. All right, so let's see where you are now, where it is that you're heading using the Tau Oracle. Yeah, stand still. Stand still between you and another. Yeah, I don't see it changing much with a decrease there. I do feel like there is going to be like still silence between you and this person. If this is finances, you may decide to be more frugal with your finances. Yeah, sorrow over a loss. Lock access denied. Yeah, so I feel like for some, it's like if this is finances again, it's like you're deciding to be more frugal, maybe not invest a lot of finances in something that's rather expensive with the Venus card. For others, this is about connection, and I feel like there is a stalemate, like a stagnation between you and this person. I do feel like it's like continually going to be in decline here. Could be a letting go with the decrease. So we're going to look at the changing lines here. So let's see. Let's pull a few like Rider-Waite before we read the changing lines. Let's just see what comes through. I do see like budgeting money, being mindful of finances, budgeting money with the King of Keys. Put this here. Yeah, budgeting with the Four of Pentacles. But I still do see expansion and career. I do see a success with the Three of Wands here. You could be exploring other opportunities, kind of sending your ships out with that Three of Wands. You could be looking for other areas to invest your time, your energy, your resources. And that can be applied in this love situation as well. So let's see. We have a good bit of changing lines. So there's a lot of changes that's happening. So we have the first one says it is really not an option to make an effort to somehow fit in with a stagnant situation. The compromises that you would have to make in order to do this will contribute very little, if anything, toward breaking the impasse. And there's a very real danger that by going against your own inner sense of what is right, you will be exposing yourself to infection by the stagnant atmosphere, and your own energies will be further weakened. We have the second one here as well. Even when you're doing your best to break through, for one reason or another, it can happen that all your efforts hang suspended or fail completely. It's possible that the other players in the game either don't yet feel the pain as you do, or are somehow invested in things staying just the way they are. Trying to sort it all out in such a situation is bound to lead to a labyrinth of cross signals and misunderstanding. Better to watch your breath than to waste it, shouting at those who are unwilling or unable to listen. And then we have 4 and 5. There are some people whose energy is actually ideally suited to go into a stuck situation and unstick it. But along with the brute strength that is sometimes needed for such an effort, a delicate touch is also required. Otherwise, everybody can just freeze in place even more, like animals caught unexpectedly in the headlights of a car. If you've got the right combination of skills, then go for it, but stay mindful of all the nuances, lest your good intentions be misunderstood. And then we have, as soon as the situation starts to loosen up, it will be clear that the wait was worth it. But when it happens, better to proceed with alertness and caution than to rush right into the breach, trailing your enthusiasm and relief. New times need solid foundations, and solid foundations can be built joyously. Still, they are built one brick at a time. So that's the Tower here. Moving on to decrease, it's what's moving into. So do you feel like this is a pulling back? Yeah, so the Tao decreases and increases as it is needed, and personally and on a grand scale. There are times when letting go seems devastating, the end of the world. However, it doesn't always have to be so. And it might help to remember that less is sometimes more. So it says, put aside any worries you might have about making what might appear to be sacrifices now. By remembering that periods of decrease can awaken your resourcefulness and sharpen your sensitivity to the world around you. It's an opportunity to find out that life can be just as rich and meaningful without the ribbons and bows, just as pleasurable without all the little indulgences you might have grown accustomed to. The lesson to be learned now is how to willingly cut back on activities or thought patterns that are draining your energy, otherwise taking more of your attention than you can afford. Yeah, King of Pentacles makes wise investments with time, energy, and resources. If life proceeds to facilitate this process by forcing you to cut back even more, turn your attention to making the most of what you have, rather than focusing on what is being taken away or what's happening for the guy next to you. It is an invitation to contemplate the bigger picture of your life and sort out the essential from the non-essential. If you can learn to pass through times of decrease without fretting and trying to hold on, you will come to understand the benefits that simpler times always bring. Like a good spring cleaning, letting go can freshen your outlook, create more room to grow, and unburden your heart. Yes, I do feel like there's a pulling back, a healing that's needed. I do feel like there's like a greater emotional awareness with that Three of Wands there. I talk about greater emotional awareness. All right. So that is the collective for today. And I will be live again later on today. And I hope everyone has a wonderful morning. All right.